Welcome back, Nerd Squad. My name is Ray Destroya, and this is Top 10 Nerd. Marvel and DC are two very similar companies that have had a long-standing rivalry. Without one, there is not the other. The separation makes them better and stronger. But perhaps once in a lifetime, it would be nice to see these two join forces for the big screen. It could be the stuff of legends, or a steaming pile of crapola. So let's take a look at the top 10 reasons Marvel and DC should make a movie together. In the number 10 spot, balance can be struck. Everyone knows that DC and Marvel are both good at different things. Marvel, especially in movie format, is more lighthearted and emotionally grounded. DC, on the other hand, in cinematic form, is dark and delves into some pretty mature matter. Marvel characters are flawed but relatable. DC characters are godlike but distant. If we can pull these two companies' ways of fleshing out characters and storylines together, we may hit the jackpot in striking a balance that appeals universally. Next at number 9, amalgams. It's no secret that I am a fan of the campy and oftentimes awkward creations from the amalgam universe that began in 1996. Maybe some people would say these are an example of how not to do a crossover, but I fervently disagree. The amalgam creations were the best of both worlds with a sense of humor. For example, Batman and Wolverine were mashed up into Darkclaw. Solomon Grundy and Hulk were combined into Skulk. It's like that website Pokemon Fusion. How fun would a movie about combining superhero parts be? Coming in at number 8, it would bring fans together. It's no secret, DC and Marvel fanboys can get pretty heated in their arguments. We've seen it here on our comment section. Come on guys, can we all just get along? Maybe if we got a DC and Marvel movie, everyone could come together and hold hands and paint sunshine and rainbows together. Alternatively, the throat ripping would just get worse depending on what direction the collab would take. But the producers of the movie would be the real winners here. Money from both sides of the feud. In the number 7 spot, DC versus Marvel. The next two reasons are crossovers between DC and Marvel that have already happened and could be groundwork material for a movie. DC vs. Marvel occurred in 1996, obviously a great year for crossovers. Here the two universes were at odds and fighting. Why can't we get a nice team up for once? Anyway, characters and their counterparts were pitted against one another and the outcome of the battle was actually voted on by the readers. For example, when Flash and Quicksilver scrapped, Flash was voted to win. So not much storyline, we wouldn't need more to a movie than simple bashing of one another, which brings us to our next crossover. Up at number 6, JLA/Avengers. Our second crossover here, JLA/Avengers, was a 2003 event. Our second crossover, JLA/Avengers, was a 2003 event that placed the Avengers and the Justice League of America against each other in a bid to save their separate universes. But the contest is a sham and Captain America and Batman team up to figure this out so that everyone can win in the end. How nice. And it's fun to know that DC animator Bruce Timm expressed interest in this story as an animated film already, so our opinion is shared. Coming in at number 5, the actors want it. At least the ones on the DC side, to our knowledge. They revealed in an interview with Channel News Asia that they are all for the idea. Aquaman actor Jason Momoa states he would love to be smacked around by Thor or the Hulk. And Batman's Ben Affleck has said that he would love to see the idea played out if it meant success for everybody. These actors work hard and honestly they need a win, so let's do something for them, shall we? Next up at number 4, the Avengers could use the help right now. Strictly speaking as to where we are plot-wise in the MCU, things have not been any more grave. Half the Marvel world is dead with Thanos and his fully outfitted Infinity Gauntlet. The remaining Avengers need help. We are anticipating who will bring that aid. Wouldn't it be really neat if the Avengers were able to send word to a universe that hasn't been touched by the snapping and ask for help? Thanos would never see it coming. Up next to number 3, we could finally settle who would beat who, the Justice League or Avengers. Tying into the crossovers where characters duked it out, we may be able to settle once and for all who would win in a battle between the core Avengers and the core Justice League. This movie would have to be made by both companies agreeing on an outcome, which would make it the canonical answer to who is ultimately the winning team. We expect Justice League to edge out with sheer power, but who knows? Perhaps a win won't come around through physical fighting alone. In the number 2 spot, DC kind of needs it right now. If we're being frank here, the DC Extended Universe is in a bit of trouble. Wonder Woman was a smash success, but Justice League came along and it flopped. DC perhaps needed more solo films to establish establish the members of the Justice League first, but what they're also missing, aside from plot finesse and memorable villains, is the human edge, something that MCU movies have been so successful with. And humor, of course. Marvel has been killing it with the funnies. So maybe by teaming up with Marvel, DC can learn the trick to captivating audiences once more. And finally, in the number 1 spot, it could be a steaming pile of crap. Yes, like I said at the beginning, this crossover film could have the potential to stink. So why is this a reason to make a film together? Because A, sometimes terrible movies reach a point where they go down in history, and B, then everyone could finally shut up about wanting a crossover movie, because it just won't work. Dreams and fantasies aside, a crossover would be way too much going on at once. But maybe the way to prove this is to try anyway. I'm willing to dish out $15 at the theater to find out. So those are the top 10 reasons why Marvel and DC should make a movie together. Let me know in the comments section down below what would be a great title for a crossover movie. My name is Roya Destroya, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another nerdy list.